Okay, guys, I have decided to re-record a quicker version of the lesson that we taught in the class today, that we went over in the class today, because I figured it would be a lot less stressful for everybody if they got precise instructions on how to go through the lesson. And so on this lesson, we're going to be using Capcut to take pre-recorded video and pre-recorded audio, put it together, and then do voiceover captions. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. All right, guys, and I'm going to share. I am sharing my entire screen with you here. And actually, what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to run it as a test. I'm going to run through it, see if it works. So what you're going to do is you're going to download I have some um, recorded audio and video. I've shared the folder with you in Google. I want you to download those files, really download the folder to your desktop computer, and then you're going to drag those files into the computer from the downloads folder. And so essentially, I want to kind of put emphasis on how wonderful everything works with CapCut and the video. So if you were to go through and to create a project and then also record audio that's going to go over it, you could literally just highlight all the stuff here and drag it down like this. You're going to push OK, color space conversion. Just go ahead and push OK. And the beauty of this is that it already adds in the video automatically goes to the video track. It's the layer with the video on it. Essentially, that's what that is. And the audio goes to the correct audio track. And it already kind of puts the video together for you. Okay. That's one of the things that I like about it. So if I was to play this video here.
Finally back at home in Arizona from being on the ships, and I'm having my me day today with Denica from Mesa Saguaro Dermatology. It's difficult to find a dermatologist here who is.
So everything is already set up for you and put onto the timeline. And what I'm going to do with this video, I'm going to kind of chop it down to where I want it to be. I'm going to keep it to the length of this audio because once the audio stops, I'm done with the video for this particular one. So
I'm finally back at home.
Click here. She starts to look back at this table, and I'm just going to drag it. I'm just cleaning this up so that it goes a little bit quicker. I want it to go a little faster just for editing purposes.
It's difficult to find a dermatologist here who is confident working with dark skin. So I have to keep my skin hydrated.
And just because also when you're working with, when you're on Instagram, people's attention spans are a lot shorter. And so I'm wanting this video to be the length of the audio, which would be right here. Okay, so one of the things that's really important when you're editing this video is to push I for endpoint, and you see where it says select endpoint and out points because I pushed I on the keyboard. You're going to push I or you're going to push O. That's an in or an out point. So what is an in and an out point? In and out points are the points on the timeline that you're going to highlight so that the CapCut program is aware of what you want to focus on. It's going to let you know, you're letting it know what you want to export when you export the video out of the program. It's also letting CapCut know what you want to have render. Whenever you're using a program like a video editing program like this, there's always going to be rendering that takes place, which essentially means when you take one of these videos and you do something with it, like what I just did here, it renders that action to happen, okay? And if you let it know exactly where you want it to render, which would be the beginning and the end of the video, then it's gonna make it easier on your computer. It won't run slower, and also it's going to, when you play back the video, it's going to play it back smoother And when you export your video from Capcut, you're letting it know exactly where you want to export that video, what part of the video you want to export. For instance, if I want to take just this part of the video from this part here, from the beginning here till right here, if I only want to export that part of the video, once you've pushed in or out, that's I or O, you're able to go to the endpoint here and you're dragging it. And if you'll notice how this part of the screen turns dark, all this part that's dark will not be exported and will not be rendered, okay? And so you can choose what you want, and only this part of the video will be exported. So for this particular project, we want to export the entire video, okay? So you're going to take that, drag it down to the end of the video right there, and that's the part that we're going to export. Now, you can drag it down. You can literally roll your cursor over and drag it yourself how you want it to be. But like I said, we're going to do the whole thing, and you can use the letter I on the keyboard and the letter O for in point and out point to do it for you. Either way you do it is fine, okay? All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to highlight this audio, voice audio. This is the audio that you're going to highlight because this is the audio that you're going to use to make captions. So you're going to highlight that audio. The white border comes across it, a white halo comes across it, letting you know that you have highlighted it. You're going to go up here to where it says text. You're going to click it, text. You're going to go to audio, click audio. Once you've gone to audio, now you have to choose which language you want to use. Now, for this particular project, I would like for you to choose English. Choose English. It says clear current captions. If you had current captions before, you push clear, it gets rid of them, it puts the new ones. In this case, you don't have to push that. Just push create. Now it's auto-generating the captions for your project. Does it very quickly. All right. So initially when this happens, it's going to automatically give you the generic default white captions.
I'm finally back at home in Arizona from being on the ships, and I'm having my me day today with Denica from Mesa Saguaro Dermatology.
So as you can see, it's automatically put these captions here, and there is a dilemma. The dilemma is the captions are white. The video has a lot of white in it and you can't quite see it. So what I want you to do is, while the captions are highlighted, and you can even highlight one if you want to, just as long as you're highlighting the captions here. Lift that up so you can see it better. The captions here, as long as you're highlighting one of those, I want you to go over to where it says text, okay? You have text here, and then you're gonna go down to where it says template right here, click it, and then you can choose different formats that are already pre-made for you, okay? So you're gonna click, I like this particular one, the yellow, okay? And it puts the title there. Go ahead and delete that off, but it's also changed all of the captions, okay? Change the format.
Back at home in Arizona from being on the ships, and I'm having my me day today with Denica from Mesa Saguaro Dermatology. It's difficult to find a dermatologist here who is confident.
Okay, so essentially, that's how you do the captions. It's able to auto-generate captions for you. You take your audio, you highlight it, you go up here to text, auto captions, choose your language, which will be English for the moment. Click that button and voila. And it's fantastic because you are able to change the different captions. You change the look of your captions, the templates and everything, so that you have all these different options. Here's another option. A lot of people like this. I like it because it kind of follows along.
Causes dark spots from stress and acne or scarring.
So that's pretty much the class. That was the class, okay? If you have any questions, please let me know. The homework is I want you to finish this project. I've sent you the actual files. I want you to copy what I did here and send it to me in an email. Thank you so much. You guys are doing a fantastic job, and I cannot wait to see you next class.